Good morning, everybody. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and we overslept a little bit this morning, so it was a rush to get Scott out the door. And I've also got to keep in mind I have to have dinner ready right at 4:30 because Scott has to teach tonight. So we're back to our rushed kind of Monday, Tuesday, Thursday schedule of having him to get from his day job to his evening job. And yes, he's almost 66 years old and he's working two jobs. So there's that. Let me crack the door for the children, the cats. It's raining, buddy. It is pouring rain. You guys make the decision. If it starts thundering, Howard will probably head for the bunker, which is under the couch in Greg's room. Yeah, it's raining. What you think, honey? What you think of that rain? You didn't want to get up. She was hiding out under our bed, I think. Oh, listen to that. Do you want to go out there? Tippy says, I'm not scared. I'll go. Do you want to go? That would give me a chance to use the table. You want to go? So let me tell you what I've been doing. Hi, Angie. Good morning. I don't blame you if you want to go back to sleep. If it's still raining in Tennessee like it is here, we're not supposed to see an end to the rain until like Wednesday, maybe Thursday. So everything is very wet here. Oh, she's made the decision. She's heading out. I meant to grab something, but I'll go get it here in a minute. Yesterday, Ann played along for Collage Day, and I wanted to show the picture that I did while I was working along with Ann gathering her pictures and stuff. So this is my collage page that I did, and we're getting really washed out here. It's a very strange lighting circumstances at the moment. I don't know if that's going to make it better or worse. All right. It's raining there too. They canceled our town's festival for tonight. Oh, yeah. And we're supposed to be getting thunder showers. So if it starts getting too loud, I'll have to close the door. But that's more the true colors of my piece. Oh, Tippy, what's the matter, buddy? I haven't put things away yet. Oh, I did forget. This got left in the car. It's one of those Quilt and Go lap frames. I think I paid $3 for it at that very first thrift store that we stopped at in a little town up in the mountains. That we just came upon. We actually stopped to see if we could use their restroom, but they had no public restrooms. So if you're traveling back roads, that is a real problem because the smaller businesses don't allow you to use the non-public restrooms. And if you're traveling back roads, you do need somewhere to stop. So states, all the states, you need to come up with some way that there's rest stops on back roads, or at least a place where people can relieve themselves. Just putting that out there for the states to maybe pay attention, because not all of us want to be on the super highways with the luxury rest stops. We just want a toilet, okay? But anyway, there's that. So I'm hoping all the pieces are here. It looked complete. It does an 11 by 11 area to work in, and that's a good spacing. So that was something else I picked up on our trip. I'm going to talk more about the collage in a minute. I went to Joann's yesterday in hopes of getting a whole, like 3 or 4 yards of this fabric, because before they go away, totally, I was hoping to get some of this to make a coat in. But all it had left was this one less than 1 yard remnant. So I picked it up. It's got this beautiful edging that would be really cute at the bottom of something. It's not really enough for me to make something. I don't know if that I can make a flannel anything out of less than 1 yard, but I thought I'd get the anyway. And then I did pick up some quilters cotton. There's not much left, but these two spoke to me. And I think I'm going to make myself a shirt out of this one because it's got blue jays on it. So I got whatever was left. It was, I think, a little over 2 yards, but she only charged me for 2 yards. And then this fabric was just real pretty too. And I don't know if I'll use this for myself or if I'll make a Project Dress-A-Girl dress out of it. But I was looking at it and I think I'd be better off just making something for myself, because it is on the thin side. Well, it's not too bad. But anything that's kind of thin, you have to line it for the girls, for modesty's sake. You don't want to put a little girl in something see-through. But I got what was left of that one as well, which I think was 2 yards as well. So that was my trip to Joann's. And yesterday, or no, not yesterday, Saturday, I got the new Threads magazine, which is a sewing magazine. And I wasn't going to get it and wasn't going to get it. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to need something to occupy my brain since I can't just go over to Joann's anymore, since they'll be gone. And I don't like to shop Hobby Lobby anymore. And so I said, well, I'll use from my stash and I'll get ideas instead of walking around in a sewing store. I'll just get ideas from here. There is a creative sewing center nearby that sells sewing machines. And I think she has some fabric in there. So I might have to check her out and support. I'll be supporting local businesses because the big retailers seem to be disappearing right and left. So, yeah. Yeah, I think so, Angie. And that's so much easier for a man to do than a lady. But I got the threads. I'm going to sit and read that while it's raining. And I got to clean up the rabbit picture. I found a place to hang it, so I got to hang that today. I got to change the litter boxes. Oh, and I did start a project with some of my yarn that I picked up. You remember these two? I got 2 of these skeins here. And I've started a baby blanket. And I'm just doing the really simple corner to corner that it looks complicated, but it's really easy to do. And I'm loving the variegation and how this is striping out as it goes. So I've used probably about half of this skein. And what I was going to do is just use all of this one. And then when I start this other one here, I'll start my reduction for the other side. So 2 skein baby blanket. But I'm also going to keep to mind that I want it to be the 30 inches square. I think that's a standard baby blanket is 30 inches square. And like a crib blanket is 36, if I have it right. Oh dear. Morning, Deb. You can't find the blades? I know that's something that Joann's used to carry a bunch of, is the Cricut stuff. But my store is so picked over now. I will say, I was watching you, Deb, and the other morning, and y'all were talking about dots. Well, that's all my quilt cotton that's left is about dots. It's just all dots over there. Although I did pick up the 2 fabrics I showed just a minute ago. But I'm making shirts or dresses out of those. But anyway, This was some of my thrifty finds. These I got for $1.97 a skein on our trip. And I started doing this corner to corner. And the corner to corner is just you work a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you do into the 4th chain from the hook, you do a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you do a double crochet in the next 2 of that chain 6. That's how you start it, because you start with a chain stitch, and then when you go to the end of it, you do a chain 6, and then on your way back, you work in the chain 3 sections. So you've done your cluster here of the chain 6, and then 3 double crochets into the 4th, 5th, and 6th chain of the chain 6. Then you slip stitch into the chain 3 of the stitch on the row below, and slip stitch, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then work 3 double crochets. And that's it. That's all you have to do this corner to corner blanket. And of course, when you go to start doing your reductions, you don't add to the row. You don't do a chain 6. You just turn and start back in the opposite direction to do your reduction. And it builds like a ladder on the diagonal, like so. So you're working back and forth this way. So that's going to be a baby blanket. And I'm going to move this somewhere. Let's move it over here. I got to take care of all these piles that are piling up everywhere because it's driving me crazy. And I did finish the baby sweater. So that got finished. And this was my very first knitting project. So I'm just going to put this in my maybe grandchildren hope chest one day. Or if I have a baby cross my paths. But I want to hold on to that one for a while. So I'm going to put you down at the table, and I thought we might play and do some collage like Anne was doing yesterday. I got the AARP is here to use as gluing. Can y'all hear the rain? Got my camera here where I need to get the pictures and everything off. I need to put this paper somewhere. I didn't take notes on my travels or anything, so I don't know how it's going to go. This was that journal. All right, so this was the page I did kind of along with Anne yesterday. And then I've also pulled out, she said no more than 12 images, so I probably have enough. Oh, morning, Cynthia. I probably have enough of in this range to do more than one page. But what I was thinking I might do is do a postcard with some of this and a page. So what I was going to do is grab another piece of this weird colored cardstock that I have. I thought, what a good way to use some of that up. So it's just this kind of off-colored cardstock. I'm just using it for my base. And I wrote on the back, May 11th, 2025, my initials, collage with Ann Lahr. So I'm thinking I might just do these pages and then put them in those plastic sleeves so that I can always see the back. It's either that or do the slip knot binding and bind them together. I think they do better inside a plastic sleeve though. So I've got another one of those weird vases. And what I did here is I just went for a red color theme. Hi, Melanie. So I could just glue this down as part of the background. And then I've got these here. Might have to trim a little bit off this to utilize all of it. So that could be my background. I was thinking I'd fussy cut this flower out, and I can do that as soon as I find my little scissors. Oh, they fell down inside. I get my hand in there. So I'm going to trim away everything that's not in the pinkish red color here. I'm not the greatest at fussy cutting. I have a bucket that catches rainwater out there, and it's beyond full. I can hear it blurping. The cats are like, why do you have that open when it's raining? Because Tippy wanted to go out there. Howard's like right next to me. I have used the, I'll show you. I'm going to close the door and I'll grab what I used. I like the Deco Art Americana Duraclear. Most of the time, because these are glossy, I go ahead and I just use the high gloss, but they also have it in ultra matte if you aren't into the glossy look. I like those for my coatings on things. You just call it cutting. You're cutting things out instead of fussy cutting. I like these scissors because they have these nice points. I could bring you guys a little closer. Sorry for the glare. It's just a weird lighting situation. I hope Scott gets to work okay. I hope the roads aren't horrible. He should be almost to his work. His drive is about 40 minutes one way. And he works out in the country. I'm not the greatest at fussy cutting. So I'm going to do my page, and whatever I have left, I'll see if I can put together a postcard. And I'll mail it to Anne, because she's the one that inspired the whole project. I also wrote down the page numbers that we gave Mary last night, because Mary did a prompt game. And well, all I did was I gathered the page numbers, and I was just going to grab one of my old Somersets and see what I could come up with as a possible thing for us to do this morning. and then tell you all to go watch what Mary came up with her magazine. I kept saying, "Ooh, I like the faces on that page," and Mary didn't hear me. She was in the zone. She said she didn't see anything, so she picked something from another page. And I was like, well, I like the faces on that page. Because she was probably saw that later and went, what faces? What are you talking about? I'm hoping my phone doesn't sound off with any kind of crazy weather moving in. I'm hoping Bernadette's in her garage, in her doghouse. I have to watch her. She has senior moments, and sometimes it'll be pouring rain like this, and she'll just be out there doing circles in the yard. The ancient dog syndrome. I keep looking out the window because I can see out there, but I'm not seeing her, so I'm hoping she's in, staying dry. All right, I made it all the way around. I'm going to save the words for last. I did pick out words that are red in nature. And I also have this scooter that I'm not sure if I want to cut all the way out. As I start cutting it. Well, let's see. People were asking if we felt the earthquake, but I think that happened after we had left Tennessee. And on our way home, we just jumped on I-26 to get home quicker. And we were home faster than we thought. From Greenville, it's not too far to get back home. From Greenville, Tennessee, that is. We did enjoy Greenville, the old part of it, where all the new stores were. People were kind of rude. But downtown in the old part, everybody was real nice and friendly and made the whole experience enjoyable. But when you got to the newer part, people were rude. We went in the Goodwill and people were fighting over things coming out from the back. And I'm like, no. And the only row I was really interested in was where they were parking the carts from the back and people were being so violently aggressive. I was like, this is bullshit. I am not doing this. So I just turned around and walked back out. I didn't even buy anything at that Goodwill. I would not shop that Goodwill, period. The staff wasn't friendly. The people were crazy. I got to hold my tongue just right or I'm going to cut this off. So sorry I'm quiet. I'll come back in and get that with the X-Acto knife, I think. This might still end up having a little bit of a white edge because, yeah. But we had a pretty good anniversary. Told Scott it's going to be weird, him going back to work. And not just back to work, back to teaching too. So he's, yeah, he'll be gone all day, come home, eat dinner, go again. Oh, I wish I was better at this. You know who's really good at fussy cutting is Diane Fago. She's a pro. She's got some of her art on display right now. I do believe in an art gallery or museum or something. But she cuts out even the finest little, twiggy bits of grass and everything. Yep, Deb has to go watch the gal that comes on. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember her? She comes on each morning and quilts. Something farm, something. I cannot remember the name. Scott got in the car, and then in a little bit, here he comes back in the house. He'd forgotten his phone. We changed our Ting mobile to get more data because we were running it up too much. So we changed to the Pro plan with unlimited data for $55 a line. So I'm hoping that reduces that cost. And I tried to do that before we traveled, so we wouldn't be using a ton, because when you're traveling, you hook the phone up to the car now and you can navigate with it. But you know what? There was so many times I was like, I wish I had a paper map. I wish I had a paper map. I wish I had a paper map because then I could see where I'm going. Because when you use the phone, you just have to go the way they want to. So we got all kinds of cool things here. I don't know if I'm going to use them all on this page or not. Let's see, we'll save that aside. Oh, probably should have taken her out because she's showing her bits. Oh, look, we could put this flower on the bottle. That cat would be cute on the postcard. Might set the cardinal aside. I love that hand. There's a boot. And then I got a bit of red here. Okay, that gives me an idea of what I have. So let's just let's just fix the background down here. Might save that for the postcard. And I'm going to pull some of this off here. I have a woohoo going on over here. Pastry Queen. That's who I was thinking was coming on. She's got Pastry Queen Farm Adventures. But she comes on every morning. All right, let's put this way. My problem is these pieces aren't quite long enough to get everything covered. I wonder if I've got some red ink that I could ink this edge so it's not white. Let me see what I've got. Angie's going back to sleep. That's good. All right. My inks are getting so dried out. And I don't have refills for them all. I'm just using the ink pad, probably getting way too much ink on it. Just trying to cover that white line up. I thought about pulling out my Project Dress-A-Girl fabrics. I might do that since it's raining today, and I've already done to use a different pattern than what I've been using and just make all the dresses from the same pattern this year. So I'm going to slide that in there. Fill that in. It'll be all right. All right, so we need to glue this down. And I've just been using the cheapy glue sticks. I think I put them all away. I'm just going to grab a bunch of glue sticks and see what I've got here. They're all getting empty. They're emptying out, so I don't know how far this will go. Hi, Anne. While I was pulling things out yesterday, I pulled enough that I could do another page today. This one's getting pretty empty. That works. Sorta. Hopefully it won't dry up on me before I get it to the page. I should have started from the other side. I can always add more glue if I have to. Can't I? It's just pouring here. Absolutely pouring. The cats are all right at my feet. I don't know if they're worried about the rain or if they're afraid I'm going to get away. I'm just going to glue this down here. Oh, that didn't go as planned. Put a wrinkle in it. Oh, good. All right, and then I can just set this over here. And we'll put some, this is some purple glue. So I am using up products that I've had in my stash a while. And if I use them up, I guess I'm just going to keep moving from one project to the next and not worry about buying anything because, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. Oh, dear. Well, I've got just a rag here. And maybe I can trim some of this. You actually got some rain, Ann? That's good, because I know you said you've been needing it down there. Just glue it on there. That'll cover up that edge that's missing. Put some glue here. I'm using up this old ugly cardstock as basis for my collage. Figured, why not? Then it's used up and I've got something to show for it. I got a little bit right here I need to cover. But I have all of this I can use to cover that. And it's got glue on it. So, of course, my scissors are getting coated in glue. And I just need a tiny little piece. But I want to hold this other piece for the postcard I want to make. Let's see. We'll just glue that right there. Maybe. You see a surfer riding a board. I don't have a surfer. We'll have to see what I come up with here. Yeah, we came home Friday, so I think we missed the earthquake. All right, so we've got this. I'm going to turn it this way. And then I got that great big flower. Or do I want it? Oh, you know what I was going to do? I was going to put this Coke bottle down here, like so, and then have the flower at the top of the straw. Yeah, I like that. And let's see, what else? So I don't know if you count individual pieces. So if I count the stripe as 1, and then this is 2, 3, 4, 5. That needs to be cut out some more. I really like the hand. That'd be 6. So I still have room for 6 more things, right? If I understood Anne correctly. You're supposed to use up to 12 pieces. Is that right? I don't like that bit there. I might have to come over a little bit. Let's see. I like those. Well, I'm not liking anything else I have. See, I'd love to use her, but all her bits are showing, and yeah, YouTube might have a problem with that. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to look in my stuff again and see if I can find something to add to this. I really like how it is. What did I say? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have all of these here. Yeah, it needs some other things. Hang on. Let's see. I'm just going to grab this bin that has like miscellaneous stuff in it. See if we can come up with some things. I think that was a paint ad out of a magazine of some sorts. Cover my glues up while I'm looking through this bin. I still want to do a postcard too, but what I'll do is I'll put the page down I did with Anne yesterday. That'll give you something else to look at for a minute. Let's see. I've got a lot of black and white and real dark pictures. Let's see here. She needs to be the bottom picture because then it'll be easier to pick up. We've got a gaudy earring. I would love to use this and put a different head on it. It's a coat. But that's not the color theme I have right now. This is a naked lady crawling along the ground. I thought that looked cool too. I do like these berries. That's a lot of fussy cutting. They're actually currants. I miss the currants on the farm. I used to love to sit out there and eat them. It's a red watch. Let's see here. This is just a little piece of paper with some red on it. That's some red. I could like cheat and just use a bunch of little strips, couldn't I? I'm not seeing a whole lot. But this has got a ton of black and white that could be fun to put on there. That's all. Somebody's paint. Oh, some red lips. Anne said, grab pictures that speak to you. I love that, but I don't want to cut it out right now. It's pretty bad. Oh, there's a ticket. Since I just came back from a trip, and I got the beautiful tissues that Kathy stamped out for me that are black and white. Oh, here's some reds. Let's see if I can cut. Sorry, I'm not watching the chat very well. I'm looking in my bin of stuff. Don't do that. Some more, a strip of red there. All right, so let's see, I had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That would be 12 if I use all of them. And I still have my sayings over there that I can use. So I'm going to move this back out of the way. And let's glue some stuff down. Let's get my AARP back over here. I'm going to put some glue on this washi tape. Maybe. Oh my gosh, that brings back memories. Max Headroom. All right, and we'll stick the Coke bottle down. I hope this stuff will stay stuck once it's stuck down. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't. don't know if that's straight or not. There we go. Good enough. Put this flower down. Hi, Janet. Good morning. Janet's been doing some neat things and sharing them over in her group on Facebook. So I guess I've started a collage book, and I'm just doing my pages on some 8.5 by 11 scrapbook paper that I would never use for anything, but it makes great backgrounds. And I'll just fill in my information of why I did it and what day and all on the back of them and put them in a sleeve, and into a notebook they'll go. That'd be something different to do for this year. Okay. Kind of does blend it all in, doesn't it, when you get going? Once you decide you're going to stick it down and you commit to it. I don't do a lot of collage. I enjoy it. I just don't like, I like the collage. I don't like glue on my fingers. And you kind of have to put up with that to do collage, don't you? Oh, I got it a little close. I wonder if I can get it back up without tearing it up. I guess it gives you a little bit of time to move it around. This old towel is really quite handy because then you can just throw it in the washing machine and voila, it's done. So I wanted to use a piece of this as well. Let's just use a piece of it. Uh-oh, it's not peeling off as smooth as I hoped. Well, poo-poo the schmoo. It's got some paper attached to the back of it. Well, I'm going to go with it, even though it's got some paper stuck to it. I'm just going to stick it down and hope it, doesn't mess up. It's got a little spot I missed there. You can see there's paper behind it, so it's not as clear all the way down, but it still looks okay. So that'd be funny if I was doing this on June 27th. This actually feels like a sticker. Yep, it's a sticker. That's good. It's good to know. Callie, honey, it's still raining. See if I can get that sticker loose. Dar's in the house. And Judy. We should have inked that a little bit. Oh well. It is going to have to just do. Now I had this started a minute ago. I did. We'll just put a little glue here too, just in case it doesn't want to stick. I don't like that white paper on that. Not liking the white paper on the background. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 and a saying. Let's see what red sayings. This says full of comfort. Ooh, I like this one. Live in color. That would be my 12th one if I stick these lips on here too. And again, it's the white lettering. It's really... I'm going to cut these lips out a little bit. Woo-wee! Well, I'm putting glue on the lips, so I'm committing to the lips here. Well, if I put them down here, it'll balance the white that's up there with the lettering. That's what I'm going to say. And now we'll do the live in color at the top. And we'll call this page done. And I don't know if I'll put finish on it or not, but we'll see. But I do want to do a postcard with my leftovers. I think we can make one out of the leftovers. So I'll turn it so you guys can see. So that's today's collage. And I'm pretty sure I got 12 things on there. I could technically call all my different strips of in the background as different ones. It's pretty sticky on both sides. So I did a blue one and a red one. And when this is good and dry, I'll write on the back of it. So that was those two done up. And I hope it's kind of what the collages are supposed to look like. I just don't do a lot of collage, but that looks okay to me. Thanks, Ann. All right, so I want to do a postcard with the leftover bits. So I thought I had some. Oh gosh, I do. I just can't get them out of here. Index cards. So I might have to go back. This is 5 by 8. So I need to cut this down a little bit. 4 by 6, right? Callie, it's okay, honey. It's okay. You guys hear something that I don't? You guys gonna make me go sit in the bathroom today? 4 by 6. Did I get 2? No. And I'm just gonna decorate this side and use that for the addresses, maybe. So let's see what we've got for background left in here. I might have to pull my background tub back out. We'll see. So this is the stuff I set aside to do the postcard with. I got this little bit of the background from the other. But I've got this here that we could use the different parts of it. It's flowers drying in like a barn. I'll cut a 4-inch strip off from here. That's we'll cut them to the 4 inches this way. And then maybe cut. Is this 4 inches? No. I'm just cutting these down to 1 inch-ish, 1 inch-ish strips to make it look more like background. Cut this one to 4 inches. Let's save that little piece. Try to cut this in half-ish right here. Or something like that. There we go. Let's see if we can come up with a background with those bits. I still need to send a card off to Kendra. I got to remember to do that today. We got so involved with getting ready to go on the trip. True. I didn't get that card in the mail I said I was going to, so I need to do that. Oh my God. Greg's getting up and around. That's another one of the short pieces. I don't know if that glue is still going to stick for a long time, or if I need to lift it and add some more. We can add more. Let's get our paper back over here. That's exactly right, Judy, because last night I was seeing different things than Mary was in her magazine. That's why I decided to just write down the page numbers that we came up with for her to use. Because I got to thinking, I can pull out an old Somerset set, and as long as it has the same number of pages or close, well, that's sticking pretty darn good. I could do the project with what I have. All right, so now we're going to stick this down. You guys want to try again? You want to try again for some outside time? Because when we were gone, you guys didn't get any porch time, did you? Because Gregory was in and out. Hang on, I'm going to let you out. I do hear that airplane. Sounds like a little plane. I wouldn't want to be in a little plane in this weather at all. All right, we'll crack it. It's quit pouring quite so hard. All right. Still coming down though. There you go. You can go out. I put the defurring cat gloves on the other day, and boy, Callie was eating it up. She was just meep, 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 meep. And she loves those gloves, but the one that loves them the best is Tippy, and he didn't see me with them on doing her, so he didn't hit me up to. You just pet them with those gloves on, and you just get like this whole mat comes off. They are so cool. Best thing I ever bought for the cats. Gets rid of all of that hair that's coming off so it doesn't go everywhere in the house. So now we got to do some of the dried flowers that aren't going to look like dried flowers anymore because they're all cut into strips. I like Barbara's page too. Barbara did a page as well and shared it in our little chat group. Let's see, I want to even rotate it so the flowers are in a different direction. Uh-oh. Skinny up. Come on. It doesn't slide well, the glue. Sometimes you can slide things around. This stuff doesn't let you do that. Oh, well. Close enough. Hopefully the U.S. mail system won't destroy it in the mail. The Cardinal's happy. I filled the bird feeders over the weekend. So, because it was cold. It was really quite cold here. Wish I had some more of that red to do another strip of red there, but we'll just have to make do with what we have in front of us and be glad we have it. Trying to use just the scraps on the table, I think, this time. Ooh, let's see here. Will that last little piece of this fill that in? This was on someone's envelope, I think, and they may have used a little glue. Is why it's sticking so well. Because usually washi, you can just pull it right off. That's all right. Yeah, that's what's happened here. We're recycling. I had a wonderful anniversary yesterday. And Mother's Day, that's the whole Mother's Day, Father's Day thing for us is just another day. Growing up, I didn't have a father, so I never got roped into that. And then the mother situation just was a little off. So Scott and I have never been ones to work with Craig, so he doesn't do Mother's Day or Father's Day. It's just childhood trauma, I guess, on his parents' part. But that's okay. I know he loves me. Because he tells me. Because this had already been glued is why I'm using. I guess that filled it in all right. All right. Boy, that's really stark white on there. It'll be all right. We'll make it work. I still have these pieces here. That we could break some of that up. So it just kind of peeks in. I don't like that though. So we'll set those aside. I have one little square of this left. I got this little gal singing her heart out. Could cut her out some more. I put it off because of her microphone. And we have a cardinal that's way too big. And I have a bike. And a cat. A cat that looks like he's wearing a shirt. Haven't seen Made by Pam in a long time. Pam, I hope you're all right. She may be busy with the grandbabies and her kids. He looks like he's driving. Gotta hold my tongue just right and think while I'm cutting. Sorry. Hi, Callie girl. I know it's raining. We turned the alarm off this morning and promptly fell into a deep sleep. And then I felt Scott jump out of the bed. And then I was like, well, what time is it? And he says, 5:37. And he has to leave at 6 o'clock because it's a 40-minute drive out there. Whoops, almost dumped that on you. Sorry, honey. This cat over here. He needs something to be sitting on. Let's see if we can find something. Oh, baby. Hey, baby girl. Oh, baby girl. It's okay. Let's see what's in the edibles. There's some more canvases that I forgot about. They're in there, backgrounds, waiting for. And all of the canvases I had sent out have been delivered. So yay. Let's see. I'm just looking to see. I just don't have very much table split space. Peach. Well, I love this picture of the tomatoes. It was on one of the magazine's covers at one time. It's a little cocktail. Could the kitty be hanging on the cocktail? Yeah. All right, let me see. I know, Callie. I know. Give me a minute, baby. These are people, but I don't think I have anything small enough. Oh, I'm thinking. Think. All right. You have that picture too? I keep waiting for the perfect way to use it. So it just gets pushed from one bin to another. My sister-in-law was talking about how she's been working with the homeless in Atlanta, and that she's finding it very rewarding. Trying to help them. Well, I'm going to put that cat on this scooter just because I can. Good morning, Peter. Good morning. How is it in Australia today? Are you Australia or New Zealand? I don't know why it's not sticking in my brain this morning. Maybe the rain. And days of rain are not good for Becky's mental health. So I'm hoping it lets up. Can't really complain because the rain stayed away the entire time we were traveling. Well, that first day was kind of dodgy. Yeah, it was misty all that day. And getting up over the mountains in the mist was a little nerve-wracking at times. But, oh, you know what? I didn't cut around that mirror. We're not going to worry about it. Let's stick this cat on the back of the scooter like he's just hanging on for dear life. Too bad I didn't have a person that could sit on the bike, but let's see. It's story time. There's a today's your day to shine. I can do anything. What if we do? I'm not really keeping track of how many pieces I've used. You know those wind chimes that hang and the rainwater comes down? Man, I could use one of those today. That would sound so pretty. Maybe I'll have to put that on my Christmas list. I'll have to look. Let's do a joyful life. Really like that today is your day to shine. Shine on. One, two, three, four, five. Unless I counted each individual piece across here, I'm not going to have 12 on this one. And the cat's wearing a bow tie. How funny is that? Oh, that is so sad, Peter. I'm so sorry. Oh, we'll miss you. Oh, that makes me sad because your videos were awesome. Put a little glue on that paw right there. Well, I'm going to go with this. Yeah. I'm afraid I have ripped the kitty a little bit. Well, I wonder if I could use my heat gun and get this stamp to release from, or sticker to release from this here. Oh, it's unplugged. I am just not doing too good today. Oh, it's coming off. Yay. All right. This says bloom and grow. Kind of goes with the today is your day to shine on. So if I count every little piece, will I have 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm going to say that's pretty good. I did better than I thought I did. So there's my little postcard. I guess it looks okay. It may have been too much red altogether. So I wrote down the numbers from Mary's live last night for pages. So I'm going to just call out the numbers or show you the numbers. And if you want to later today and you need something to do, you could watch Mary's replay from last night where she was pulling her pages. But if you want to just grab your own magazine, the pages that we gave Mary are here. So we got page 40, 120, 144, 33, 61, 32, 18, 6, 11, and 3. And what you do is you turn to that page in your magazine, or if you want to go watch Mary's, you can pull something from the pages as she's going through. Because like everybody said in here, everybody comes up with a different way of doing it. I'll save my Ritz naked girl for a different page that I work on myself so that YouTube doesn't say, oh, you're being naughty. But anyway, as that little boy says, it's art. It's art. Not penises, it's art. Yeah. So there's that. Move these out of the way. But you can, if you use your own magazine, then you can always refer back to the page in case you forget what you wanted to do. Or you can just write, like Mary did, write down what she decided to do from that page. So I just want to put those out there. So there's the postcard I just did. And the page I just did this morning. So there's those right there. And I'll just quickly show the one I did yesterday with Anne. And then I guess I better go and gather all the household trash cans and change litter boxes and that kind of thing. Because it's Monday, and that's what I do on Monday. I'll see some of you at noon at our stitch hour-ish. And I've got to make sure I have food done on time today. All right. Thanks, guys, for hanging with me for a couple hours this morning, or an hour and a half. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully Wednesday I'll be on at 1:30. All right. Bye, guys.